Hey, what's up, Eric? Liz said to go ahead and shoot this over to you. My name is Steven, and in this video, I want to show you three things you can do today to bring in more high quality electrical jobs to your business. So, by the end of this video, if you can see that I have the technical know how to get you more high quality jobs, then shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or you can just take this information and implement it yourself. That's cool with me as well. But I don't want to waste any more of your time. I'm going to go ahead and get right into this. First thing I want to go over is content. So, content is everything on your home page here, on your front page. Now, most business owners, they understand that content is important, but they don't really understand how much content or what type of content Google is actually looking for to get them ranked. I went ahead and took all your words off your front page and put them into a word counter. So I know you're probably wondering why the heck I do this. So you came up with 325 words. And the reason I put it in here, Google, in most cases, they like to see around or at least 1,500 words on a homepage to really get you up in that rankings and that like the top, towards the top on their results page. But you're the number one competitor for the Raleigh market is Miller and Miller Electric, and I put their all their words in a word counter too, and they're relatively low as well at 683. So, I mean, that's a really good thing because it's not going to take much to beat them out there, right? So, content has all everything to do with the amount, but the type of content as well. So, the type of content, we'll just go to our number one competitors. We'll look at their site here. Now, this site, this is called Ahrefs, and it's a subscription site, and it gives me some behind the scenes views of what Google uses to actually rank sites. So in the past 30 days, the Miller Electric, their website was found for 37 keywords and it was clicked on 136 times. So I put you in the same your website in the same tool, and you weren't found for any keywords. Therefore, you didn't get any traffic. Okay, so we can actually click on their keywords here, and we can see what keywords. And sorry, it's taking a little bit here. Okay, so these are all what we call buyer intent location based keywords, meaning that these are the keywords that people are searching for when they're looking for services, these types of services in Raleigh. And so these are the ones that you want that are high quality. They bring in the high quality leads. So we already know these are working for them. And so for just Raleigh alone, all these different combinations for Raleigh electrician, all this, when all combined, and I added these up, that's over 1,540 buyer intent searches in the past 30 days that you're not getting because they're not on your website. So I would recommend you get all these and you put them on your site. You up your word count to at least more than your competitor, but I would say at least 1,500 words. And then you would find each of those key terms and you look for them on your competitor's website. And you'd find out how many times they've had them on because you don't want you want them on your site, but not just one time. So if your competitor has some of these keywords on once, you'd want those same keywords on at least twice, maybe three times, so on and so forth. If they have it on twice, put it on three or four times. That way, when it comes to the content, you dominate that portion of what we call SEO. So the second thing I'd like to go over are what we call citations. Now, when people search for these terms in Google, like electrician Raleigh NC, that's a buyer intent keyword phrase right there. Google studies have actually shown that 45% of the people that are searching for this are going to click right in this section right here. This is what we call the map pack, and this has everything to do with your Google business profile. Now, most people are under the assumption that reviews is what gets you on top of this list, but that's not what it is. Because if that's what it was, this Raleigh Electric would be under Royal Electric, and it has nothing to do with reviews, and it has nothing to do with pictures or anything like that. It has everything to do with citations. The fact is, Wright Electrical Services has more citations than anybody else, and that's why they're on the top. So, what is a citation? A citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. A directory like Angie or Yelp, Yellow Pages, White Pages, those are all directories. Now, you want to be, if you were to get on 300 to 400 directories, that should put you right in the mix, probably right on top. But we have access to tools that can show us what and how many citations each of these businesses have. So if we were to go into Wright Electrical Service and say they have just over 200 citations, we'd want to get you over at least, at the very minimum, over 250 citations. You want at least 50 more, but to be safe, I'd say 100 more, between that 300 and 400 range. That way you end up dominating this pack right here. And like I said, this section it splits up 45% of searches, right? Now, underneath this section, this is like the most coveted section right here. This number one spot. This is Google's organic search results list. In the number one spot here, this Miller Electric, on average, will get about 40% of clicks of people searching for these terms. Backlinks are the main driver here. Of course, you need those keywords to be found, and then you need backlinks to actually push you up. So what are backlinks? It's other relevant websites that are linking back to your website, and they're kind of like online referrals. And the more relevant that site is that's linking back to you, the better. So for example, let's say you have a local blog page or a popular industry site linking back to you. Now that's what's going to help push you up in the rankings. However, since you're an electrical company, say McDonald's is linking back to you. Even though McDonald's is a very popular site, it's going to do you no good, and it might even do you harm. Google, because you don't sell burgers, and since there's no relevance to you, Google can actually push you down because it's not relevant. So let's revisit this tool I showed you earlier, where I showed you the keywords. Now I want to show you this section right here. This is the backlink profile, and this is all the backlink. This shows all the backlinks Miller and Miller Electric has currently. They have 127 backlinks. You have 12 backlinks. So what I recommend is you go in, you can click on here and find all the backlinks your competitor has, your top competitor. These ones you don't want. The ones that say spam or counterproductive, they're like the ones that I said are lower relevance or no relevance. But any ones that don't have spam, go ahead and match those. You want to reach out to those sites and acquire backlinks. And you don't want to do that with just the top site, but I recommend the top 3 to 5 websites. You plug into a tool like this, find all their backlinks, match them, and that will eventually put you over the top, and that will put you number one in this section where you'll be getting 40% of the clicks. And if you were to implement the citations as well, that would put you number one in this map pack as well. And you would become the authority in whatever Raleigh or whatever location that you're actually ranking for. You would be the authority there. So, and it's a lot of people, they don't really understand how to get ranked in here, and they think it's, maybe how long a website has been around, or a luck, or some type of magic trick, and it's not. It's an actual true and tried method that we use in SEO that can get you ranked. So just to recap, what we covered today. The first thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your front page of the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second thing is going to be citations. You want to be in at least 3 to 400 directories to rank above your competition in this map pack right here. And lastly is going to be backlinks, meaning you need more relevant backlinks linking back to your site, or you need more relevant websites, linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to electrical companies in the Raleigh area. If you were to implement this, you would be number one. Now, you can like I said earlier, you can take this free blueprint and tackle it yourself, and I'm totally cool with that. Or if you want to take the most effective route and save yourself some time, you can book a discovery call with me. Again, my name is Steven. I live right here in North Carolina, just outside of Fayetteville. And you can reply back to this email, or you could just call me at 910-551-2006. At the very least, I hope this was educational for you, and I showed you a few things that you can go ahead and implement right now to start claiming more high quality jobs and start outranking your competition. But at the very least, I ask that you just give me some feedback on this video. Let me know how I did. But other than that, I really hope you have a good rest of your day, and I appreciate your time. Take care. Bye bye.